Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to another edition of Wrestle Talk. I'm your host with the most, Joe Lance. Now, I thank you all for watching my videos and commenting on them. And let's get into things. Okay. First, we're going to start off with WWE. If you watched wrestling, then you know that Paul Heyman came out and debuted a new wrestler for his stable. And that wrestler was none other than Curtis Axel, who most of y'all may know him as Michael McGillicuddy. And the reason why he chose Curtis Axel is because to pay homage to his father, Kurt Hennig, and his grandfather, Larry the Axe Hennig. So we're gonna see what he's gonna be able to do. So far, he's been getting a pretty good response. He's beaten Triple H and John Cena. He hasn't beaten cleanly. Like he's won both of them by different ways. So, but other than that, also you saw a video for Bray Wyatt and his family. That was awesome and creepy, and that's exactly what WWE needs. So I'm really looking forward to see him debuting, and most of y'all may remember him as Husky Harris, and he is the son of Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS. We know that one of the matches at WWE's new pay-per-view Payback is going to be a 3 Stages of Hell match with Ryback and John Cena. Now this is a match that hasn't usually been done in WWE. They don't usually do it because of how long it takes. And because of how brutal it is. For those of y'all who don't know what it is, it's 3 matches. Each match has a different stipulation, and it's best 2 out of 3. The first match is going to be a lumberjack match. The second match is going to be a table match, and then if there's a third match, it's going to be an ambulance match. So it should be a pretty interesting match. Kind of looking forward to see that one. And we also know about Chris Jericho and CM Punk. That should be a good one too. They've wrestled each other before, so it's really not going to be anything new, but they're still, they work really well together. And as far as we know, it's going to be Dolph Ziggler against Alberto Del Rio, unless Jack Swagger can find a way to get into the match. One of the other things is Kofi Kingston was recently injured and has to go get surgery. I'm not sure what kind of surgery it is, but I wish him all of the luck and hope that everything well works out for him. Hope we see him again. TNA still doing their Aces and Eights angle. Abyss came back, which is pretty awesome because I like Abyss. Jeff Hardy was injured in a match with Bully Ray. He got hit with a hammer and got a concussion. So he's supposed to be coming back at the same anniversary. And Dixie Carter tweeted that there was going to be, they just signed a big name talent to TNA. So gonna have to see who that is. A couple wrestlers have already said that it's not them. Batista said that it's definitely not him. He's a WWE guy. MVP says it's not him, and so did Kid Cash, which I don't really consider Kid Cash an MVP big name, but Maybe they think that they are. I don't know. I don't know. My last post, I said that WWE doesn't have any competition. And a friend of mine said that TNA is WWE's competition. Now I'm explaining why TNA is not WWE's competition. TNA is not WWE's competition because they don't have the same fan base as WWE. They're not able to sell out arenas like WWE is. WCW was completely different. WCW had the fan base that WWE had. They were able to sell out arenas. They were like neck and neck with WWE. TNA is not neck and neck with WWE. They don't make nearly the ratings that WWE makes. They don't, Vince McMahon isn't even worried about TNA. So that's why TNA is not WWE's competition. As of right now, WWE does not have any competition. And that's why their product has been lacking of late, because they don't have anything to, fight for. It's like if you're running in a race and you're by yourself, you're not going to, work hard to get to the finish line faster. You're just going to go at your own pace. I had a couple questions that was asked of me. Number one was, who was my favorite wrestler? Thank you, Elizabeth and Josh. You both asked that question. My favorite wrestler, deceased or alive, is Mick Foley. The reason why is because Mick Foley is crazy. He's psychotic. He plays a really good guy. He plays a really bad guy. He's wrestled in every promotion you can think of, and he's an all-in-out great wrestler. Another question is, why do I like wrestling? Why do I like wrestling, or what do I think of the wrestling as it is now? I've liked wrestling since the 80s. I remember watching Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, and it's just it's always been entertaining to me, and even in my 30s it's still just as entertaining as when I'm a kid. When I was a kid, of course, now I know that it's not real, but when you're a kid you think that it's real. And I think that the product is good right now. I'm enjoying it. I wish that WWE had some sort of competition. I think if WWE had competition, they'd be a lot better, because competition brought out the Attitude Era, which was by far one of the best eras in wrestling history. Everybody remembers the Attitude Era. Badass Billy Gunn, the DX, the New Age Outlaws. That was when WWE was pushing the line, and everybody liked it. And even now, everybody wants the Attitude Era to come back, but the problem is that whenever WWE does something that remotely resembles the Attitude Era, you get people complaining about what they've done. So, it's like, do you want Attitude Era to come back, or do you not? I mean, the whole thing with Jerry the King Lawler having his heart attack, and then them making fun of it. CM Punk making fun of it. Obviously, Jerry Lawler knew what was going on, and he was okay with it, but the fans were pissed off about it. But yet, then they complained about WWE being PG. So, there's a couple indie promotions. There's at least one that I know of coming out, and that is tomorrow in Norfolk, Virginia. If you're in the area, go check out there. Mr. Excellence Brandon Scott is going to be wrestling in a tag team match with, I'm not sure who the partner is, but I know he's wrestling ECW, CW Anderson, and a mystery opponent. And last but not least, my Wrestler of the Week is Mr. Excellence Brandon Scott. He's a guy I've seen him wrestle quite a few times with NWL House of Pain. He's a great wrestler. He wrestles all over the place. He wrestles in Hagerstown. He wrestles in Pennsylvania. He wrestles in Virginia. You know, he's always wrestling somewhere. So if you've never seen him, check him out. Mr. Excellence Brandon Scott. Last but not least, thank you for the questions. I really appreciate it. I hope I answered all of the questions. If you have any questions you want me to answer, just shoot me a message, put it in a comment on one of my videos, or something like that, and I'll make sure to answer it. And I appreciate the views. And you have just witnessed another episode of Wrestle Talk, the new and improved Wrestle Talk. Peace.